hoping the sun wouldn't be so bright now, but so I go out on my way to the Grand Canyon, and we're in Colorado, and I just got like this super depression because I was like talking about Colorado early settler history, and it was just a bunch of like wood shacks, and I'm like, why do y'all think this is like super important? Like, this is their monument, was like these old broke down wood buildings. And I was like, this is depressing, because I was going through this depression of like the loss of like the Native American culture, but not just that, but I feel like it was you know, in America we're supposed to be we the people, but it's like, you know, our government has gotten huge to the point, and not just our government, but we have so much like corporate control, we have so much machines and civilization built up, and it's like a mourning of the loss of like the freedom on earth when we just live as one on the planet with the land and nature. And I just was crying about this freedom. Anyway, that night it was the Sangre de Cristo Mountains. It was I think it was the western side of it, and I went to sleep, and I think it's before I went to sleep, I was laying down and I had this vision, and it was these two people from the 1800s. It was a man and a woman, and maybe they were older, I don't know, but to me it seemed like the 1800s, their hairstyles, and then all of a sudden it was like, God is not in a church, and it was all these pews, and they started disintegrating and going in the air. And then it said, God is everywhere. It was like nature, you know? And that was cool. And like, so anyway, further on down my journey, skipping ahead a little bit, I ended up going to stay on the Hopi reservation for a few months. And I made a friend there, and I'm like reading this book about the Hopi prophecy. It's a Hopi survival kit. And I realized that all of the stuff that I had like been crying about, that had hurt me about, and I do see it as like this negative view, like that the woke movement takes on the progression of the past even millennia, but at the same time, so this is what I took from it. The Hopi people got this prophecy 800 years ago saying everything in America was going to happen. So I saw that it was not like some tragedy, because God had said it was going to happen. He told them. And actually it could have gone better, because the Hopi people have a thing like, if we do good, it'll be like this. If we mess up, it'll be like this. And in my opinion, there was some big mess ups, because, you know, there was a lot of corruption, and corruption's never doing the right thing. So like, for example, getting someone drunk to make them sign a treaty for their land, that's super corrupt. That wasn't cool. But it would have been cool to like live peacefully with each other and love each other. Like, even the Hopi, like they had this Pueblo revolt. And, you know, I'm Christian, but I'm so sad to hear what some of these Catholic whatever they were, I'm not sure, priests and the missions, and it was the Spanish, and they were like cutting off their feet if they wouldn't convert. But it's like they were literally already following a prophecy from the same God, but it's like they didn't ever take the time to learn about their prophecy. They never told anyone about their prophecy until in the past 100 years when it started coming true. So that would have all just been like secrets, like kept in the oral tradition. But they were literally like doing God's work. And so they had to push this. The Hopi live in a desert, and they survive by subsisting on prayers and like really, really hardy seeds, like strong, like desert ready seeds. And so those priests made them stop their prayers, because they're like, I don't know what they said, but after a couple of years where like the rain stopped, they're like, screw this, and they did their prayers in secret. But then like they wanted to like force them into subjugation and slavery, and like they cut off people's foot And it's like, how is that Jesus? So I'm like, whatever, man. They weren't really like in the spirit of God acting like that. And so anyway,